Here we go, everybody.
Hi,
Don't
everybody.
be too hot here. Hold on. I got a gain on this thing. Filters, go down,
Oh,
gain.
that's not that much gain.
I know, but there we go. Okay. If you guys have any audio, if you're like, oh, we can't hear you, whatever, just let us know. What's up, everybody?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. We're together.
I,
sitting
I
next to
should
each
have put
other.
up. I should have put up a picture of us 10 years ago,
I
and then contrast. Then we go live. And we're just all decrepit.
know. I know. It was only 10 years ago. We looked 17 years older somehow. Because I was reviewing stuff. We're going to show some like old skits and stuff we did from the 10 for the Win days and the Going in Raw days and some other stuff. And so looking back at stuff we shot in like 2012.
Yeah.
A lot more hair.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
A lot less gray hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got a
Looking
lot going
young
on
and
in your
spry.
life.
I mean, yeah.
Self-employment isn't all it's cracked up to
Being
be.
self-employed, 2 kids,
Yeah.
2 young kids. Yeah.
Anyways, what's up, everybody? We got a
Hi,
couple
everybody.
of subs over here on the Twitch. We're recording. We're doing this on Twitch and we're doing this on YouTube. Cheese Man's been a member for 16 months.
Thank you, Cheese Man.
Says there's no more apropos time for a milestone chat than a 10-year anniversary. Woo. Champion Logan says, Steve, your office is showing way too much color. I'm not used to this. Too much color? My office?
You're not bleeding.
Is it? Yeah, I didn't gig.
No, that was bladed today.
So this side of the office over here is like camera friendly, but like because we had to widen out, like I'll show you guys. I don't care. Like when you widen out, this side over here is just a mess of equipment and
There's
stuff.
stuff.
Can't see it that well, but
No, it's pretty dimly lit.
so yeah. But yeah, here's this is 10 years. What 10 years of YouTube looks like.
Yeah, this is what it does to a person.
Well, 10 years of just being self. Like next year we got our 15-year work partners anniversary.
Yeah, like a weird chunk of hair right here. It's like dark.
Yeah.
I got all remaining brown hair is right here.
It's all running to one concentrated
Yeah,
location.
it has. I mean, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years. We talked about this the other day. How the first 5 years felt like 5 years, and the last 5 years felt like it's taken no time at all to pass. And we both posted stuff on Twitter yesterday, expressing our thanks, our gratitude.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Did you see mine and then felt obligated? Or were you going to anyways?
I had thought about
Because
it.
it looked, you did the notes app.
I know
Or
because
the email. Did you do the email crop?
no, I did the notes app.
Oh, I did the email crop. It looked exactly the same.
Yeah, I know
That's
because
fine.
I have was a dark mode on my phone.
Okay, all right,
And
yeah.
it extends to notes. I had thought about it, and then I got wrapped up doing stuff, and then I saw you did. It's like, oh, I should probably do it too. If it was from the Going in Raw Twitter, I'd be like, I mean, that's fine. It's good enough for me.
Okay, yeah.
But,
Yeah, I know. I probably should, but I'm not on there very
yeah,
often.
I don't even have it on my phone.
I have it on my phone, but I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with this. I'm fine speaking for you. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I'm fine being spoken for in this.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I was like, you know what? There's something about the personal nature of
There
it.
is,
I was
there
like,
is.
okay, I'll just do this. And
No, I mean,
you
it's,
know.
yeah, like I said, it was something I thought about, and we did. I was like, I should too, because it's for me. It is a lot about it is gratitude.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And I'm exceptionally grateful that we get to do this for a living, and we're afforded this opportunity, and we've had a lot of people help us along the way.
Yeah.
And never thought, even when we first started the Machinima stuff almost 15 years ago, my attitude towards any of this YouTube stuff is that any day it's going to end.
Yeah.
And any day I wake up and we can still do this, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
And, gosh, there's so many people. If we want to, we could list probably like dozens of people
There's a
individually that we can thank.
There's a lot. Yeah.
We've met a lot of really amazing people. We got to become friends with a lot of really awesome people through this.
Yeah.
And it's enriched our lives in ways that I don't even know if I can really put into words, just because I'm not very good with them.
It's funny.
So I just thank
yeah.
you. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
It's funny, like it's such a stark contrast between our general mindsets, and maybe that's why we make a decent duo. But like, you say this could end at any time. Back, like, I don't know, I think maybe a year after we got laid off. No, probably a couple months after going to Raw, started doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And we're on a good roll.
Yeah.
My dad asked me, he was like, hey, is this the kind of thing that you think you could see yourself doing 20 years from now? I was like, yeah. I'm like, as long, like, I never think that this, I mean, I guess the reality is, like, if our management company collapsed,
And that's what I mean. It's not like that we would have a falling out and not want to do this. It's like the ecosystem that sustains us
yeah,
would, in some capacity, fall apart.
I never think that.
Yeah, no, that's constant.
I think
for
it's
me.
permanence.
No, it's a fluid situation that could completely fall apart at any moment. That's kind of been my vantage point, and because of that, I always think, well, this can end tomorrow, so enjoy the ride and be thankful for what you got.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been a heck of a ride over the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's been cool.
Almost 15, just doing stuff together, and again, just grateful for everybody. Thank you, everybody. I'm not trying to get schmaltzy. I'm not a sentimental individual for the most part. But,
Yeah.
But when it comes to being thankful for what we got, I am exceptionally thankful. So thank you, everybody.
Somebody earlier on Twitter, and this is not correct, but it is interesting because somebody on Twitter I noticed said you guys are the last. Of course, it's Ricky and Elliot.
Yeah, do internet today. Yeah,
doing internet today, but us and them, I think, are the last
on YouTube. Yeah, I think so.
Well, Hutch does political stuff now
on Twitch, and Kale does a lot of stuff. He's posting stuff on Instagram all the time.
Oh, I've seen his Instagram stuff.
Yeah,
that's right.
so Kale's still doing stuff.
Yeah. Hutch recently turned his YouTube channel into a political. Like he's done, like, he's doing the Twitch streams and he's doing that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Sark still streams from time to time.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I see him pop up.
Okay.
Even on our sub things, whatever.
Thingamabob, yeah.
Or follow channels, whatever. He's up there on there sometimes. So there's still some of the remnants of Machinima who are still active on whether it be gaming stuff or YouTube or.
Oh, Bruce is huge on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
too,
yeah. Bruce is massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lawrence still streams.
Lawrence does stuff.
Yeah, he does stuff from time to time. So,
Mr. Dope gifted a membership to Ray. Thank you very much, Mr. Dope. Appreciate it. Samuel Raja gifted a membership as well. Damon Cruz received that one over here on the YouTube, and then I think we got some subs also over here. Let's see.
Got a lot of them. I think Fake Cashew is the first.
Oh, here we go. I know the stupid Twitch thing. Faint Cashew sub says from 10 for the win to today. God, I was watching y'all and Elliot and Dan since I was in high school. Let's see here. I know we got some highlights, but we're going to try to get the subs. S8 sub for 30 months now, says happy anniversary. Thank you very much. Jack Bauer says 10 for Steven Larson. Throw your ones up for us. Nikyle here says happy 10-year birthday of Going in Raw. Thank you so much. Vash here sub says happy Big 10. Thank you. Cassius Maximus says crazy. I've been watching you guys for over a year already. Finally got into wrestling a couple years ago properly, and then found you guys after remembering didn't Nerd Cube do a wrestling podcast back in the day, Going in Raw. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Fast Eddie here with the sub says eat the donut. Happy 10 years. Let's see here. Nightbot laying it down here.
No, thanks, Nightbot.
So thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
appreciate
Nightbot.
it.
You know, I was thinking the other day.
I was thinking we got some mail and I want to open
we
some.
Do.
So why don't you talk?
You know, we had the discussion about nostalgia. Talk about why we didn't really put together some fancy pants.
Yeah, because the last 5 years have gone by super quick.
It's gone by super quick, and it's interesting because both you and I think, have done a bit of a reevaluation of a particular band since their last album. I'm talking about Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
And they had a bit, well, it's mostly Eddie Vedder, had a bit on CBS Sunday Morning. Did you watch that?
No. You told me about it. I didn't watch
they were releasing clip, but yesterday they had the full 7-minute segment. And it's interesting, kind of. So when Pearl Jam had their last album out, it didn't necessarily put me in a nostalgic mood. I didn't go back and listen to all the records.
Yeah.
But what I did do is think about their role at a certain point in my life.
Okay.
And I know we're both Pearl Jam fans, and I don't know how much you actually listen to them anymore, because I don't listen to them basically at all anymore.
Oh, dude, no, I would say this, generally speaking, once every 6 months or so.
Yeah.
I will listen to 10.
Okay.
Usually I'll skip ahead to I'll skip any singles.
Yeah.
So I don't listen to Jeremy, Even Flow, or Alive is actually the one single of theirs that's still I'm like, oh, I could still listen to this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, 10 is still a fantastic album.
So anyways, it's interesting watching this CBS Sunday Morning. This is weird. They have a profile on CBS Sunday Morning to begin with, saying they've been a band for almost 35 years.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. They were talking about the battle with Ticketmaster, and they were talking about how heck, like we were trying to sell our tickets for $16, and Ticketmaster was charging $28. And I was like, motherfucker, you're charging $800 for tickets now.
Did anybody bring that up?
No.
It'd be great if Al Roker was like, motherfuckers, you're charging $400.
I know.
Stick to the weather, Al.
I mean, so anyways.
Yeah. I love that you brought that up.
You
Everything sucks now.
No, it's when you're young and you have ideals, and then I guess
$16 to throw around. Nobody has $400 to throw around anymore.
I know.
That's for sure.
Although all these concerts sell out, they're charging exorbitant prices.
Yeah, man, Gen X is eating good these days.
You know, I was looking because Deftones. Not that I'm a huge Deftones fan, but
they're on tour with Mars Volta.
Yeah, they're having a show at Golden One, so I looked to see how much tickets cost. Lower bowl is $200.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's better than $400.
It's better than $400. I'm not paying $200 for a concert though.
I don't know if I'd probably pay $50 to go see. I like a couple of the Mars. I think there was like one Mars Volta song that I would listen to over and over.
Yeah, is it off their first album?
Yeah, it was the first track of their first album,
okay.
I think. So we got a piece of mail from Brian Keller. The size of this thing makes me hope that it's a championship title.
Yeah, it looks like it could be.
Jacob W. Super Chat says, I've been listening 2 to 3 times a week since early 2015. 1/3 of my life.
Wow.
My all-time favorite bit was Hogan, I'm the man.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot.
He said, thanks for your authenticity. I'm sad that Hulk Hogan, due to his racism, has ruined doing Hulk Hogan jokes that aren't mean-spirited. Mean-spirited jokes are okay. But, like, it's a bummer because, like, he had a lot of memeable stuff. And now it's just sort of, same with Vince. Kind of feels icky.
It does. It really does.
It's a bummer.
It really is.
They had to ruin it
really
for
is.
us, man.
I know.
By not being cool.
Ooh, that's a lot of bubble wrap. There's a note on top. Hey, don't peek. Look at the note first.
I want to peek.
Cheater.
I ripped note.
Gosh darn it. That could have been important. Now you can't read it. Do you need your glasses? Using my phone for. Use your brand new phone.
It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick.
Use your brand new phone.
Hello, friend. Luckily, he did very large font.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Hello, friendos. Have been a follower on Twitch for 3.5 years, but a fan of the podcast since before pandemic. Love all the work you two have done and will continue to do. While it isn't... Oh, okay, hold on a second. He says, while it isn't a true internet championship, I thought a couple of fine young gentlemen, he says, I am 47, so you're younger, lol, like yourselves would appreciate this and give it a good home. Keep doing what you're doing for the IWC and entertaining the thousands and thousands of friendos and newcomers alike. Wishing you both years upon years of more success in your professional and personal lives. With much respect, Brian Keller, a.k.a. They Call Me Keller. That's a recognizable name.
That is, thank you.
And if you want to follow him on X, BS Keller on the Twitter. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
They Call Me Keller. All right, let's see. So it seems like this might be a championship.
It seems likely. I'm being very...
It's like Marathon Man.
Being very careful.
Make sure that I cut me or you.
Yeah, I'm going to move my leg out of the way here.
All right, let's see what this thing is.
A lot of bubble wrap.
Oh, man. It's definitely a champion.
Pack of peanuts.
I wonder which one it is. You know me, I love my titles, man.
You do.
Let's see if we... Uh-oh, what is this?
What is that?
So here's the first part right here. Can anybody correctly guess what championship this is?
What is that?
Looks like a spinning top of some sort.
It could be. Or is it like a satellite dish? Oh, no.
This is sick as fuck. Look at this.
Oh, wow. It's a TV title.
An NWA television title. This is amazing.
That's super
cool. Oh, my
cool.
God. That's
so that would be
cool.
a satellite then.
Yeah. I didn't realize just how TV branded this was. Look, it's got a little TV camera on it.
Well, it's a movie camera, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's a movie camera. That's crazy.
That is awesome.
Well, I guess they used to film and then just put it on TV.
That's true. Thank you so much, Keller.
Thank you, Keller. That is so
awesome.
Cool. It's got the NWA logo right here and
add
everything.
it to Steve's collection.
That is so neat. Thank you. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I got to find a place for this one, man.
That's super cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's really cool.
That's super awesome.
Right on. Do you guys want to watch some videos really quick?
Is it time to reminisce? Doon, 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 doon.
What is that song you just
That's
played there?
Little River Band reminiscing. Doon, 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 doon. Private Paul, thank you so much for this.
On the way to basketball today, I'll put this one here, and that one should be there. Unless look, I know how you are. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But we should be able to hear this, and you guys can hear it. So Larson dug up just a couple of like the intros from the 10 for the Windows.
All right, I pulled it out of your. We're gonna get real close.
Okay. And I have them loaded up. It should be fine for your ears. Sometimes this stuff, like
the audio levels probably aren't exactly.
No. Well, the audio levels I went through and made sure that.
Oh, look at
I
Steve.
think I did. If anybody out there, I'm telling you right now, if anybody out there is wearing earbuds,
proceed with caution.
Proceed with turn your shit down. Okay?
Yeah, I tell you.
I think it's fine. All right. But you know me, I'm not thorough.
Yeah.
So here we go. This first one is. Oh, this one was shot at my old house.
Yeah.
And it was probably like top 10 reality show
stuff
exactly
or
something
what it
like
was.
that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Thank you, Anime Hero.
Dirty Rich says Ultra Chats need to be on. They're not?
They're not?
Oh, the power. Are you talking about power chats?
Yeah, power chats, I think.
Yeah, I don't have any of the assets on this thing.
Oh, all right.
I probably could have. What about this one here? Oh, here we go. Here, hold on. Just get, here, well, fuck it. We're just going to. Sorry, Rich. Sorry,
Rich. But hey, look at Rich. You're getting some 10 for the win stuff going on here.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly, Rich. Yeah, I mean, I could. Let's see. I can just get rid of this here. Where's the banner? Get rid of the banner. Not that banner. The top banner. This banner.
Well, then you got to bring all the clips we're gonna watch over here.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, cool.
So
we're just gonna do
that.
This. We're just gonna do this. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
So I wake up around 11 or so, hungover as can be. All I want is a burrito. So I go to the kitchen, as is my right, and I start cooking up a good breakfast burrito. Everything is going fine.
Plenty butter
Looking
in
to
there.
be a good day.
They're sticking to the pan, man. Look at that. They're sticking to the pan.
Who's this guy? Who's this intruder?
I know.
And then this guy comes along.
I was just trying to be friendly, make some conversation, see what he's making for lunch, and then, oops, something came out.
3 feet away from me, shits his pants. He didn't just fart. I know the difference between a fart and a shit, and that was a shit.
And what does he do? Pow! He slapped me. Here, pause it. Steve legit slapped me there. We had to do that like 10 times.
We did not have to do it 10.
Yeah, we did
like twice.
No, we did a lot of takes of that. I remember Steve slapped me a bunch.
And no, I didn't slap him that hard.
Yeah,
That's what I call a warning shot.
I could have easily just cold cocked the out of that motherfucker and knocked him out right there and stole his burrito. Then I thought to myself, I want to hurt him from the inside. So I took his beloved box of Triscuits, took a cracker out, and wiped my asshole with it.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, some of them were pretty good. Some of them came out pretty well.
Oh, man.
Some of them came out pretty well. Oh, we had a super chat up there.
Oh, yeah, we had a big old super chat here from HDMS Kingslayer. Has been following you guys since I first saw Larson in an Inside Gaming video. Thanks for every bit of entertainment ever since. So, you made such an impact on that Inside Gaming video. He was like, I need to follow this guy. Good job. All right, let's see here. We've got another one here.
Oh, this one's fun.
The Dope Fiends one. Yeah, this is a really good one here.
What we did on your backyard here.
Yeah, we did it here in my backyard here. All right, here we go. This is cinematic right here, man.
It is.
This is way better than anything Cody and Roman did. Handsome Be Wonderful with the membership says, thank you guys for making my commute bearable all these years. All right, here we go. Is the Target in any of these?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's what he just did.
The Target. Oh,
no.
oh, this. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm hovering over the wrong one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. What's your problem, man?
You're the one with the problem, Steve. A drug problem.
Drugs? I don't do drugs.
That's the drugs talking, Steve. You got a drug problem.
Oh, God. I don't do it. These are just... Why do we keep on slapping each other?
I don't know.
Vitamins. They're one
I think that one was
How
better
many
and I
of
didn't
those
actually
you
touch
taking?
you, as opposed to you
One a
slapping the shit
You
out of me
gotta
10
be like
times.
me.
Hold on. Okay, let's be quiet because this is funny. Oh, shit. Where'd the audio go? Oh.
There we go. That catch up.
What's your problem, man?
You're the one with the problem, Steve. A drug problem.
Drugs?
I don't do drugs.
That's the drugs talking, Steve. You got a drug problem.
Oh, God. I don't do it. These are just vitamins. They're one-a-days.
How many of those are you taking?
One a day.
You gotta be like me, Steve, and dare keep off drugs.
I dare you to get the hell off my property, weirdo.
That's the drugs talking, stupid.
I'm clean as a whistle.
I'm clean as a whistle. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
That was fun. I like that one. Okay, here's Maggie's here. She'll like this one.
Yeah.
She'll appreciate this one.
I need some advice. I've been having some trouble with my neighbors. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. Like, there's a guy that lives next door to me. He's kind of been a joker of late.
Joker.
You know, he's been putting trash in my garbage. He's been stealing water from my hose, I'm sure. You know, not to mention the cat lady that lives across the street.
Catwoman.
Her cats are always out pissing and shitting on my lawn. You know, these people they're becoming the bane of my existence.
Bane.
Can you help me?
Where do you live?
Gotham Way?
Gotham Way. I know where that is. I can help you.
That was it.
Bane. I thought there was more to that one.
No, that was it. Bang.
That was pretty funny. Let's see here. What is this
Oh,
one?
that's the heel turn. That's at my old house.
Oh, this is a good one. You guys get to see my beef in this one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What's wrong with your cereal? Does it taste a little bit like pee-pee? That's because I pee-peed in it. I'm going heel. See, look, I'm no longer part of the Stephen Larson. NWO for life. That's what I am.
Don't you have an NWO shirt at home, a real one?
Yeah, I can't find it. I made this one. I think it's better.
Well, listen up. Fuck you.
Look at these 13-inch pythons.
I'm hungry now.
Oh God, you're eating the pee-pee cereal. Don't do that. Oh God, you swerved me.
I'm serving you.
Flan, there's some dried pee-pee in there. Don't eat that. Please don't do that.
Like how blown out you are. Where are we?
No, there is a gap because then it has the outro. It's just you trying
The
to get your
shirt looks
shirt on.
ridiculous. I'm gonna put on this one.
My this one. he
My
said.
this one.
We'll get in it.
So gross.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that was fun. Got a little tear in my eye here, but it's from laughing.
Oh,
What is this? Cars intro?
we got Holiday Harry.
We got some Holiday Harry here. That's awesome. All right, here we go.
Holiday
First
Harry,
Holiday Harry.
brothers and sisters, and I'm telling you to come downtown in the land of fucking holidays because Holiday Harry's Hot Deals dealership. That's where I'm selling used cars now, brother. And I guarantee 60% of the cars have been peed on, 20% personally by Holiday Harry. But don't take my word for it, no, brothers. Why don't you talk to my sales ninja, Barry Brotworth? What you got for the people, Barry?
I will sell to anyone. This Jaguar is absolutely covered with Harry's urine.
Ooh, those sound like juicy deals there, Barry. So come on down to Holiday Harry's Hot Deals dealership. That's right, I'll make every day a holiday for you, brother.
Guaranteed peed on. Guaranteed peed on.
Now I'm gonna find a pea corn around here somewhere, brothers, so I can do my business with you.
It's just
silliness.
it's just vulgar at that point. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those.
Did you put any of the other stuff on there?
Nah, those were just commercials. They were fun and everything, but I didn't.
Oh, the one Holiday Harry one where I'm taking the shirts off.
All right, well, maybe for our 20 year, I'll throw that.
Oh, that one's so
because now
good.
I got to go. I'd have to go back in and do
No,
it
I
during the
know,
stream.
I
It'd
know.
blow everybody's ears out.
That might be my favorite thing. My favorite thing we've ever done.
We need to put together, and if I had them, I'd have done this by now. We need to put together a compilation of the intros.
Fuck you throwing shade at me for?
I'm just saying, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I brought it up to you before. But I know you're busy, and I know it's probably like finding needles in a haystack.
So I have some that are easy to find, and that's where these are from. It's not all of them, but there's a chunk of them. But there's, we did dozens upon dozens upon dozens, and finding some of those
We did a ton.
Might be a little tough.
Yeah.
Might be a little tough. Didn't I put one of the targeted ones in that folder?
I didn't notice it.
thought-
Maybe. Hold on a second.
I thought I put a targeted one in there.
Cars.
Oh, I guess
sealed.
not. I
No,
thought
I don't see
Oh,
that.
that's a bummer. I thought I put it's like a movie one. Which one was it for?
Serial killers. Disturbing movies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do like we'll
There's
now
a targeted trailer.
now we'll do a compilation.
There we go. I guess now I have to
Yeah.
put it together. Very well.
You want to answer some questions?
Sure, we can answer some questions.
All right. Let's
phone.
see here. All right. Nope, that is not the right one.
Nope, that's not what I want. Nope, not that.
Switch account.
There we go. Come on now. There it is. Weston Gibbon Music asks, what is the one thing that Steve and Larson bring to YouTube wrestling and the IWC in general that makes you different from the crowd and has allowed you to succeed?
Okay, so God's honest truth, like one of the things that's allowed us to succeed early, we got in early.
We did. We got in before.
There's not a lot of people doing this.
Before it got really
in the first place.
Competitive in the internet wrestling YouTube
also
podcast
our
thing.
Pre-existing audience from the Machinima stuff.
Yeah.
And when we started with Dan, and he brought a significant portion of the audience with him as well. So we had a really, really good launch.
We had a good head start,
and then on top of that, I feel like one thing that we kind of learned during our Machinima days was like YouTube, like success in YouTube and content creation. Basically, it boils down to like consistency, a measure of quality,
competency is how I put it.
Yeah, and then what was the other C?
Well, collaboration was one of them. They eventually got to 4 C's, but I forget what the fourth one was.
Okay.
So I guess it wasn't that important.
So, but then, there is another C, chemistry. I do think that, like, one thing we have to offer in terms, like, I feel like during the Machinima days, we kind of honed, like, our chemistry as performers, if you will, or as on-air personality.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, I don't know, we got a good head start on everybody else, and we kept at it. And, there was a time 10 years ago, well, I'd say probably in 2017, where we were like wrestling like IWC flavor of the month, where like our videos were like hella blowing up.
Yeah, they were.
But like we were able to sort of get past that and just go into like, we're sort of like grandfathered in.
Yeah. we got a nice level of viewership now where it's enough to keep everything afloat, but it's not, like super huge.
Yeah, right.
It's a pretty comfortable place to be. And you mentioned our chemistry, and I think we try to be as genuine as possible with how we approach our shows. Like, we're not doing a bit when we record a podcast. We're just trying to be us. And we're not trying to generate takes to get clicks or get engagement on social media. We just like talking about it. And analyzing it the way that we know how to do it. And I think that's kind of it.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see here. Michael Scalmanini says, not a question. Just wanted to say I've been listening since 2015. Honestly, you guys are great. Shows always help me de-stress, and I feel like I have people to watch wrestling with. I think that's kind of the appeal, too. Is that a lot of people just say, hey, you guys just sound like friends watching wrestling, which is what we are.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we are. Time More here says, in the 10 years you've been doing Going Raw, have you kept in touch with those you worked with from the Machinima days? More so, earlier on, we're all kind of doing our own thing, and we'll raid Bruce or Lawrence from time to time, and gosh, it was several years ago we had Ricky and Elliot on a WrestleMania stream that one time.
Yeah, it's also kind of the thing where because they are doing their thing, we see what they're doing, and so we know they're doing fine.
Yeah.
Like, at least from a professional standpoint, it's like, okay, well, between social media, sometimes people will give updates on their personal lives, or you can see, like, for example, like I follow Ricky on Instagram, and I see he's an avid mountain biker and runner now.
He's ran a mile or
so
a marathon.
It's like, that's kind of how you keep in contact. I DM'd Elliot, I don't know, a month ago, because I was like, hey, what's your audio setup there?
Yeah.
And we talk a little bit mainly about the audio setup. So Jesse says, thank you guys for the literal hours of you've committed to making people happy. Your shows are daily highlights. As for a question, if there was a Stephen Larson biopic, what would it be called?
Just Be Cool.
Just Be Cool?
Sure.
Okay.
Or Friendo. Friendo probably makes more sense.
The Friendo.
Mark Ruffalo.
either Cena's an actor these days. So
Cena
I
is.
kind of prefer him over Mark Wahlberg, to be honest with you.
Yeah, don't blame me there. Waterboy Wins says, is there a piece of advice that you had that had you not followed, you wouldn't have made it 10 years? Piece of advice.
Had you not followed.
Not like,
Okay, there's a piece of advice I got that had I followed it, I probably wouldn't be doing this.
What's that?
I'm not going to name names, and most of you probably won't even know who he is. But one of the like production dudes at Machinima, and he was trying to just give me some advice.
Yeah.
He was like, it was when we went to that one birthday party after we got laid off.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about just sort of what's going on.
Yeah.
And he was like, what you want to do is get like a state job.
Yes.
So that you're solid, and then keep on doing what you're doing. And if I got a state job, I would have been like, nope. I want my weekends, I want my evenings, because I've already got my salary and my benefits.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
And even as he was saying it, in my head, I was like, I'm just going to be polite because this guy is trying to give me some good advice here, and it probably is good advice. But like financially, we were doing... Right after we got laid off, things kind of fell into our laps financially here and there. Like, and when I say that, Machinima came back and was like, we don't have talent anymore, and yet we need videos to be produced. So if we give you kind of a stupid amount of money for the work we were doing.
Well, also, we set a dollar amount that we thought there was no way they'd say yes to.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then they did, and we're like, well, I guess now we got to do it.
Okay, now we got to do it. And so, you know, and then it sort of coincided after that. I think we did like a revenue split to bring back 10 for the win, but there was no like advertising or marketing or anything behind it. It was like, okay, can you guys just do it? And
Well, I mean, that's kind of the same problem that existed before.
Yeah.
Where like the quarter before we got laid off in terms of views was our best quarter we ever had.
Right. Yeah.
But because they can never find an efficient way to monetize it, it just,
yeah, right.
You know, you can't, a company the size of Machinima couldn't exist solely on YouTube revenue.
Yeah.
You know?
And so like, and then it was like from there, like right when things were starting to look bad, we started the Patreon. It was like, oh, going full-time wrestling, this could work. And then we did that. I'll give you, this is just life of a content creator. We did that, and things like really took off, and then the adpocalypse happened, and then we had to refigure things out a little bit.
Yeah, it's all a constant evolution, and you gotta kind of play catch up to where things go.
Luckily, it's been like the past, I don't know, like things have actually been pretty steady.
They have been
over the past, I don't know, for a kind of like since around 2018 or so. I would say it's for a
there
while.
was a little bit of uncertainty, kind of early pandemic days, just in terms of how things were going to go, but definitely since 2021, I feel like things have been really steady.
I mean, if you look at our tax returns, it's been pretty steady.
No, I know.
You know,
I mean,
there's always figuring things out.
There was that blip, you know, early pandemic where people like, you know, like I get to speak personally, you know, like for us, our Patreon early days of the pandemic got like cut in half.
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of stuff.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Beans says, who is the going in Raw wrestler of the decade? So of the last 10 years.
I still think it's Baron Corbin. I mean,
we named an award after him.
Yeah. It's like the Bryan Danielson Award for Wrestling that Meltzer has.
Yeah.
It's Baron Corbin.
But if it's like a serious answer, it might very well be Bryan Danielson too.
Oh, in terms of like...
Or, man, it's probably Kenny and Okada. Those are probably...
Like our actual wrestlers? I don't know, dude. Of last 10 years?
Yeah.
Like an actual like wrestler of the year.
Of the decade.
I'm sorry, of the decade?
Yeah.
Probably Danielson.
It's a tough one.
Let's see here. Dave Matuszek says, before the National Film Registry reaches 900 selections this December, have you ever considered looking at the list? And seeing of the current crop and reacting to see what they look like. I can honestly say, I never know if Scooter is fucking with us or if he legitimately wants to know if we've ever considered looking at the National.
It might be a little bit of both.
I never think of the National Film Registry until Scooter asks us.
You know, one time I found, maybe it's because of a question that he had about something on the recording registry.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I went and looked at it and just like, oh, I've heard this album before. I've heard that. I want to do the same with the movies, just to see of the nearly 900, how many of those I've seen.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Sort of like when the AFI had their AFI 100. It's like,
Oh, yeah,
seen
yeah,
it,
yeah.
need to see it. No interest in seeing it.
Aaron814 says, Steve, skip my question. I apologize. I did not notice a question here from you. If you want to redrop it in the chat, feel free.
Yes, please. This is an interesting question. We've known each other for a long time, Steve, but I don't think we've ever done a vacation together. But if you guys had to go on a vacation together, what dream activities would you do, and where would you go?
I would love to do some sort of basketball-themed vacation. If it was like just you and I, not the families.
So, like for years.
Like a camp?
Yeah, fantasy camp. Because they've had baseball fantasy camp for years.
Who would you want to lead that fantasy camp? If it was anybody, within relative reason. Like, obviously, MJ's not going to, like, no Magic, no MJ.
Yeah, no LeBron, probably.
Yeah, no LeBron.
I'd imagine... All right, let's say it's the Sacramento Kings fantasy camp.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. Like, probably one of the weaker aspects of my game is my handles. Jason Williams fantasy camp.
There you go. That'd be
He
good.
probably is Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp. I saw something on Instagram the other day where Jason Williams was playing. He still has those handles, man.
Oh, dude, I know. I saw
Yeah.
that too.
It's crazy. Tony Mercer asked, who was your first favorite wrestler, and what was it about them that you latched on to? Also says, also at some point you guys should do a fun list of your top 10 wrestlers ever or something. My first favorite wrestler is probably Macho Man.
My first favorite wrestler, probably Austin, because I wasn't into it until like when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
So probably Austin. Might have been Scott Hall. I always thought he was cool. Also Raven, I thought he was super cool when I first started watching.
Raven was super cool.
Tyler Warden says, if they were to make a WWE theme park, what are some rides, attractions you'd like to experience?
Those rides that you just like drop really fast.
Okay, yeah.
Should be an Undertaker one.
Oh, there you go. The last ride.
The last ride.
Be the last
and as you
ride.
go down, it's like you're going to the pits of hell.
That's a good one. What kind of things would be in a small world? Be the different territories. That'd be actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be. You have the NWA
Yeah.
themed ride.
That'd be neat.
That's good.
And then you see like a giant, and then like, you get to the end of one, like a giant Vince comes and snatches it.
Oh,
And then
gosh.
another giant Vince comes and snatches it.
Horrifying. Jimmy Thomas here says, remember the original Going On Raw wrestler was Silas Young.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. This is a good question, and you got to answer it. You can't just push on this one. Fry Daddy says, if you were to go back to making video game content, what games would you play / cover?
The ones that I actually enjoyed were wrestling games, obviously, GTA, Portal.
I feel like GTA, especially given that 6 is coming out, you could probably still make a sustainable
it's been
GTA YouTube channel.
Easily.
I think you could do that, especially if you get involved with mods and stuff.
Dirty Rich here says, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Probably in this room. The desk will probably be somewhere else because Steve really likes to mix things up.
Unless at that point I've already remigrated it
And
back,
it's back
to here.
Yeah, that's impossible. I'll have even more gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't know. Hopefully still doing the same thing.
Yeah, 10 years goes by really, really fast. And
Yes.
so I hope it would be interesting if 10 years from now we had been gobbled up by some sort of conglomerate. The bottom line is we are like, depending on the week, we're like probably in the top 3 of fan-based, without a wrestler on it podcast.
Yeah.
Which maybe Sirius is going to be interested in that. Probably not.
Dirty Rich says, show the intro again of Larson smacking Steve on drugs. Maybe later. Maybe we'll close with that one again.
You know what, dude?
That one is fun.
Can I just send the fucking thing to Rich? He's always bugging for
No.
that shit.
I'll get the compilation together at some point.
Lucas A. Scott. Rich,
No.
I'm sorry, Rich. He said no. What does it call when both guys have to agree? Got to be unanimous. Consensus, Rich.
Oh, Dark Dank Lucha says, Larson, I just want to say I missed the Lar Zone. That was fun when I did it those few weeks.
Yeah, that was cool.
Go on the internet, make noise, but it's hard to do now.
Lucas says, if the chemistry is there, will we ever see another honorary friendo join the live streams, much like the Enforcer, or would you rather stay as a duo? From my point of view, I think it'd be a very long time before we did that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not... it's not. It's not. He was the only guy that I would want to go through the awkwardness of those first few streams.
Yeah.
And then when we developed it, like, it's just not. It's not the same.
It's not. It's not.
It's and it wouldn't. There is something so. Number one, he literally had, and I know he never thought this, but that he had a podcast presence. He had a live stream presence.
Yeah, he did.
And his chemistry with us was unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody we could. There's really nobody we could.
No. And it breaks my heart that he can't be here with us to celebrate 10 years, because he was such a huge part of it for a lot of it. So
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it was like such a small chunk of time.
I know, but it felt like such a monumental
It was so
stretch,
impactful.
It really felt that way. Andre Zimpel says, what would you say is the best match each of these generations? Steve was the best golden era WWE match. Correct answer is Macho Man and Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. So from 84 to 93.
All the way to 93, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that one. That was actually a really good match.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, probably that one.
Attitude Era. It's the best Attitude Era match.
I would probably go with Rock Triple H on the ladder.
Oh, at SummerSlam 98?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'll say, I won't disagree with that. Ruthless Aggression Era, so from 2002 to 08.
Eddie Guerrero versus JBL.
Oh, where Eddie bled all over the place.
No, that's probably not the right one. I don't know. Maybe the Mania 20 main event, the triple threat.
Yeah. That's a
with
good one.
name redacted.
Yeah. Reality Era, so from 14 to 16.
CM Punk and Cena.
That was 2011. This is from 14 to 16.
Why do we skip that
Don't
last
know.
one? Oh, okay.
This is just the
Reality Era. The Reality Era. I thought the Reality Era technically started with a pipe bomb.
Thought so too. All right,
All
fine.
right, well, I'm going to say that then.
There you go. End of an era.
Oh yeah, End of an Era is really good.
Triple H era, current. What's the best match of the current era?
Well, shit. What era was the Bayley Sasha Banks Brooklyn match?
That was what, 20... That's like 2017, 2018?
I'll say that.
All right, that's good.
I mean, there's a lot of really good fucking matches.
Oh, yeah,
Cena
but-
AJ is a really good one. There's a lot of good ones.
But the Takeover Brooklyn with
yeah,
Sasha
that's
and
awesome.
Bayley's fucking next
Shinsuke
level.
versus Sammy.
Yeah.
That's up there. Javier here, re-up for 16 months, says, happy 10 years. Very happy to have joined this community 2 years ago, and here's to another 10. You got it. Make sure you fill out your predictions, Javier.
Yes. A couple weeks.
Patrick Cheeseman with the question says, which is more iconic, your spine or eat the donut? I like to think that your spine is not the most iconic, because that was literally the first big in joke we had in the very first episode.
That was the first bit.
Yeah, eat the donut was hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Frank also became a member. Thank you, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
Oh, Frank.
Let's see here. You got any more over there?
Oh, yeah, I got plenty. Kyle says, well, we already sort of answered that one. This is a good one. Johnny Knight moves, but this is tough. Says, can you give a favorite enforcer memory?
Oh, probably him winning Mania 39 predictions.
Dude, fucking limp-ass lazy sandwiches.
Yeah.
It hurt to laugh so
that
much.
hard.
It hurt to laugh that hard. Yeah, our Unsolved Mystery streams. God damn it, those were fun. John Hosey says, if you had one superpower, what would it be?
I had lasers. Not the most practical, but it's very intimidating.
I would probably like mad hops.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I got you down low, you're trying to bottom me out, because you know what's happening, because you know I got the mad hop superpower. And then I just spring up and dunk on your ass.
That's when I do the bear hug foul. Take it up top. Take it up top.
You've done that to me one time. I
one
laughed
time.
so hard.
Did it one time. W.S. Fletcher with the membership. Thank you. Thank you,
very
W.S. Fletcher.
much. Let's see here. The Learning Tree at Chase U says, became a member. Thank you. A85 Ramos with the super chat says, happy 10 years. Happy to have been here for 2. So what's up with Sacramento and sketches? Thanks for getting me into current NXT. Exciting to see the early days. So what's up with Sacramento and sketches?
I don't know if that's a reference.
I mean, that's where we live. So that's where we did the sketches, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
John and Alistair Voice says, what's been your favorite piece of Going in Raw merch you've sold? Probably You're Not Me. Because we sold a lot of those.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you want to see something cool?
Probably the original Friendo Club shirt, because we probably sold a good amount of those, too. You remember the original Friendo shirt you made for us for E3?
Oh, yeah, I like that
We
one.
should
It
bring
looked
that
like
back.
a zine. It looked like a zine.
We should bring that
I'll
back.
see if I have that somewhere. Look what I made.
Ha ha ha. Oh, that's cool.
Wait, hold on. It's view full image. Ah, come on. Look at that.
Look at that.
Isn't that cool? And then on the back. I know you guys aren't able to see that.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool? I'm going to roll this out for I'm showing Larson some merch that I'm going to roll out. We're going to roll out for the basketball season when it starts.
You did the thing that I suggested. I saw there, too, huh?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. So look at these guys.
That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a whole
fun.
full body thing.
That's fun.
It's kind of pricey, but it is what it is. And then, yeah, I got this right here. Oops.
Perfect.
Yeah. There it is.
Perfect.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Let's see here. Yeah, Smosh also started in Sacramento.
Yep.
We met the dude that directed all their stuff. Ryan something.
Yeah, and then Wear Testers, who is one of the most prominent sneaker vlogs. They're out in this area, too.
Veritable renaissance. W.S. Fletcher gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much. That was nice. That's so nice.
Thank you, W.S. Fletcher. Thank you so much.
Damon View subbed over here on the Twitch as well.
Edward here says, can we get a Friendo's 5-on-5 basketball game with you guys?
Yeah, reach out. I'm assuming you're in Sacramento?
Yeah.
I'm down to try that.
Yeah, we can try it then.
Deuce and Mo, they do that shit.
They do.
That's cool.
That is super cool.
And they might go easy on us because, we're the guys.
And we're old, too.
They're
should play some-
they're
we
going to
should
be
play-
botting us up.
We should play some full court today to prepare for that. Get our cardio up.
I'm down.
Oh, Edward says I'm in SoCal. Oh, might make it a little more difficult, but
Yeah, that's difficult. Okay, here we go. This is a great question. This is a deep question.
oh,
Stash DK says, with a lot of your work being done at home for the bulk of the past 10 years, along with the uncertainty of the freelance economy, this is like a panel question. How have you, the business of YouTube, how have you been able to balance dad-husband duties with Steve here and Larson duties?
it's actually changed quite a bit since we started. When my oldest daughter was born, my wife was still working, and so back in those days, our schedule was kind of around her schedule.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And you'd come over to my house then more often because I was watching her. That was only about the first few months, and then since then, my wife has been able to be home more often than not. She still does stuff obviously, but in terms of scheduling, it hasn't been an issue. It's actually been a pretty good situation where our schedule is such that it kind of affords us a lot of extra time with our family that we maybe wouldn't have had normally.
Yeah.
Because I know we both get to pick our kids up from school and stuff like that. When if we were working a 9 to 5, we wouldn't be able to do that. So it's good. I mean, yeah, we would sacrifice some weekends sometimes, but it affords us some flexibility. Otherwise, we wouldn't have. Champ here says, my wife does great charity work. Thank you, Champ. She does. She works for a great foundation called Sparkle Foundation. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, my answer's not too dissimilar. Like, I know what I need to get done. I know what I want to get done. And so if there are, I can take breaks whenever I want. I can kind of do whatever I want. As long as for that stuff, I get it done, Joe, the meme maker, says, who are some other wrestling channels you have and haven't worked with that you would like to make some content with?
We've done stuff with Cultaholic.
Yeah.
You got to go.
I got to go to
the
Wrestle
Talk offices. Done stuff with Brian Zane.
Matt from Assemble, I think, is in here. I was on his show for a sec.
That's right.
I don't know. I honestly don't think about that stuff because, like, here's the thing. Even doing this, it's like whenever we do have a routine. Like, and even the routine we have, our schedule now is slightly different than it was even a couple months ago because we made a change to our schedule.
Yeah.
But once we're locked into that schedule, it's difficult for me to be like, yeah, let's do something different.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
We did Fightful.
We've done Fightful. We've done the round table. We do a predictions with Sean once?
Probably.
I think we've done predictions with Sean once.
And so, Robert Stack gifted a membership and
Gifted 5.
Oh, 5! Wow, thank you, Robert Stack.
Thank you, Robert Stack. Thank you.
No
so
mystery how cool he is. I don't know what we're talking about. Oh yeah, it's sort of difficult to get out of the. I don't even know where I was going with that.
No.
Anyways, Nick says, "What are your plans for the 20th anniversary going in Raw?" It's like you said, it's gonna go by so quick too.
I know. We're a week before, be like, oh yeah, it's been 20 years. So I'll probably do something like this.
Yeah, Alejandro says Deadlock. Here's the thing, like I don't know if they do collaborations. Like we just that's what it was. It was just sort of sticking to the routine. We probably should. We probably should do more collaborations. But like, Ray says a Solid Monster collab. He seems like a super cool guy. I don't know. Like, it's just like reaching out and then having to, but like the interviews are kind of the same way.
Yeah.
It's like, now we got to do a bunch of stuff for that.
I know. Nasty Knack with the membership says 10 years. Congrats. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's see here. Oh, Jay Smooth. Ooh, wow. He says, what would be your guys' personal worst going in Raw moment over the past 10 years?
Oh. Probably when Steve gave me COVID.
Wow. So now you're actually confirming that it was COVID.
Well, I'm running with the narrative.
Because you've been very like, I don't know that it was even COVID.
I'm running with the narrative that makes the more interesting story.
Well, it makes most sense. Look, man, I don't know.
I've never denied outright it was COVID. I'm just saying we can't, with 100% certainty, say it was COVID.
I think we can.
No, because there was no positive test. I know tests didn't exist.
Tests didn't exist back then.
But it's the unknown. There's an element of unknown.
I know, it's a known unknown.
Terribly appreciate that reference, dude. Don't throw that at me.
Hey, that seems kind of quaint compared to what we got possibly now.
I know, it really does.
Fear and Loathing says, how I miss Brumsfeld. If Going in Raw was around in the 90s, would you have had a 1-900 number to call?
It seemed like easy money. Yeah, of course
we
would have.
Like a newsletter, a zine, something.
Yeah.
Jimmy Thomas says Charlotte interview is the worst moment. In terms of me feeling like an absolute fucking asshole, the Charlotte interview probably... The Charlotte or the Undisputed Era interview, just by myself sweating at Tony the Pizza Guy filming that shit.
Yeah.
God. And then we had the nerve to put it up. Nikki says... If a Going in Raw video game was ever made, what would it actually be about and how would you play it? It would be it would be like a My Career. It would be like just like the My Career section of 2K.
Yeah.
But it would be complete. It would be like a wrestling career, but it would be just our custom version of that.
But also you got to have basketball mini games in there.
Yeah, right, exactly. We'd customize the audience like, oh, hey, as part of your cardio training, we're going to go ball up. And like whoever your nemesis is, the other wrestling guy, he's just checking the shit out of you. He's like elbowing your face and everything.
Joe's asking, is the Charlotte interview ever going to be released?
Fuck no.
Steve vetoes that.
Never. Oh yeah, that's my veto. Maybe I'll send it to Dirty Rich. Brocerata.
Do you even have it?
Oh yeah.
All right. Can't remember if you had it or not.
Brocerata. I should burn it.
Well, it's not like a physical.
Well, I'll just put one copy of it on a thumb drive and burn that. Yeah.
Well, I'll still have it. I still have it.
You still have it?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, burn it. Roceratops says, favorite special guest from the past 10 years?
Aside of, Dan wasn't necessarily a guest he was one time. He did a couple guest spots on the show after he created it. Or co-created it.
Luke Gallows, because he was being Ubered somewhere during the interview that we had with him,
funny.
Anderson, and Rocky Romero.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But I don't know, that's not my favorite. It was just hard to hear him.
It was.
Favorite guest? I don't know.
It was cool having. I mean, you were gone for 2 weeks, so I mean, it meant I'd do a lot more stuff. But it was fun having Cal on the show and sub in for you.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Getting to do those episodes about his experience in NXT. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's neat. Let's see here. Blake Whitehouse says, "What's the wildest thing to ever happen to Going in Rome?" The wildest thing. Getting my selfie with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the house show.
Yeah, the house show. I don't know. I'm sure there's something out there.
I mean, there's some things that have nothing that I would necessarily define as wild, though. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anything that would really define as wild. Like some crazy things have happened.
You know what would be wild if we ever got one of our reactions up on WWE programming.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen.
That's kind of like the next. That's like the next thing. But you're right. There's too many things. I have to hide the AEW title. We have to like not curse, and wait. Like we need to manufacture this shit, man. We need to manufacture. This stuff.
That's so antithetical to what we do, though.
Yeah, that's fine, but we need to do it.
Hey, has any of their creators that have been featured on the reaction things actually had any growth post reactions?
Maybe, probably. Oh, Diehard Homer says your face is on a sign at the first Saudi show. Yeah, that was wild. That's a good one there. But yeah, W.S. Fletcher buying a wrestling company.
Yeah, never really expecting that to happen.
Yeah, we did that too. I mean, yeah, it's just honestly, I can't think of anything because our memory's bad, but we've been through some wild shit.
I mean, after 10 years, you know.
Mm-hmm. Wow, here we go. Oh, this is a good question. Carlos Diaz, has having attended film school desensitized you with the much needed suspension of disbelief to enjoy wrestling sometimes? For example, and I noticed this too, the IWC loved the "in life" line in Roman's promo, and you found it cheesy as fuck. Yeah, so here's the thing about that. Maggie, you need to cover your ears because I'm talking about Roman Reigns fans right now. The one thing I noticed, this is the one thing I noticed. Roman Reigns fans, like the real Roman Reigns fans on Twitter, are incredibly horny for Roman Reigns, but they don't know dick about storytelling. If you think about how great this Roman-Cody rivalry is, because both men have such distinct insecurities. If you look at Cody grabbing onto that title and Roman has nothing and he's holding his arms all weird, and him like having to close his eyes, okay, what are you asking for? When he says you're in my way in life, Cody was the disruptor, the guy who came. Roman had everybody figured out. And then Cody got in the way, and look what happened. Roman's life fell apart. So he needs to figure that out. That's what he's saying right there. Not he's saying that Cody isn't on his level. I saw Roman fans say, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, do you not? Oh, that was a mic drop. No, it was, this is the status of our relationship. You're in my way. Yeah. But he has to acknowledge that Cody was successful at that.
Yeah. I mean, it's basic. Was one thing we learned in film school, or heard in film school. Show, don't tell.
Yeah.
And when the subtext of Roman's delivery of "you're in my way" is "you're in my way," full stop. Right. Not just in terms of my wrestling career, just period, in terms of me trying to accomplish what I want to do and be as a person.
Right.
And when you make the subtext text, it loses some of its power.
Exactly.
And so I guess, if anything, if going to film school has taught us anything, is to appreciate moments where they emphasize the subtext of the scene or the delivery or the line as opposed to spelling everything out for you.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that wrestling creative needs to understand is it doesn't need to, you're not going to get to the point of cinema until you learn that subtlety is a requirement. You cannot spell things out. But evidently, even when you spell them out, people get it wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, let's see here. Daniel Hamilton says, over the past decade, what are some things in wrestling or the world at large that you wouldn't have considered a possibility when you'd started?
I mean, in terms of in life,
Yeah, like
a lot of things 10 years ago I don't think we'd ever live through.
well, like a pandemic.
That's one of them.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Like wherever Chris Jericho's wife was at that one day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Never thought
that happened.
Never thought to see that in my lifetime. And but in terms of wrestling,
Yeah.
I don't know. The wrestling industry is so crazy and unpredictable anyway.
Or like the YouTube sphere.
I mean, I didn't really expect Adpocalypse to happen.
Yeah, that was a bummer. That happened during WrestleMania too.
It did. It was the day after WrestleMania.
I was sitting on the couch looking at our revenue. I was like, why is it so small?
Yep.
It needs to be big.
Why does this suck?
It needs to be large bacon.
We were exhausted from WrestleMania and staying until like 4 in the morning getting that review up. And you were already miserable because you had a terrible time the night before.
It was the day before that. It was like we were having such a good time. And it was, I think, the day before WrestleMania. Or it might have been the morning of WrestleMania. I forget what it was.
No, it was the morning after.
No, I don't think so.
It was the morning after because we were chilling out watching the replay of it.
Oh, maybe you're right. So I felt fine. Okay, so the next morning I felt fine because, like, I can always sleep off my headaches. And I was like, you're right. You know, you're absolutely right because I was probably thinking to myself, oh, all that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Now
Today's easy peasy. We'll chill all day. We'll go to
and
Raw.
let me look at the fruits of my labor.
Exactly.
And it was like a pittance.
Exactly. Richard Edley with Super Chat says, happy anniversary, Ghost Pizza Life. Ghost Pizza. That hallway smelled like
that
pizza.
was one of the wildest things that ever happened.
Yeah.
Bulldog says, did you guys think that you would ever gain this kind of level of popularity talking about wrestling? Or did you think after the first couple of years that you might have to pivot to something more mainstream like basketball?
No, I didn't mean we, as mentioned at the beginning, we had a measure of a built-in audience thanks to what we did at Machinima. So we had an audience that seemingly would follow us to do the wrestling stuff. But in terms of it blowing up, no, it was... I mean, we were at that crossroad after we got laid off starting the Patreon. It was like, do we continue the gaming stuff? Do we just do wrestling full-time? Do we do both?
So I think, if I remember correctly, it was two things. Number one, when we launched our Patreon, and within 24 hours it was pretty healthy, it was like, okay, this could work. And then when Paige got arrested in Vegas and we started seeing all of our news videos just like blow up, okay, we're good.
That was a couple months, 3 months after we started the Patreon.
Yeah. We started in March, and I think that was in June that happened. I remember I was in Los Angeles on vacation, and that video blew up, and I was like, okay, cool. Like that's gonna help. Somebody here asked, did we get a boost? Philip asked, did we get a boost from Quizzlemania like Fightful did? Yeah, we did.
A lot of people said they discovered the show based on it being on Quizzlemania.
We should collaborate a lot more.
We should, just based on the results of that. Not us winning the tag titles at one time, but the fact that people discovered the show through Quizzlemania, Lady Spookums asked Ghost Pizza. So we were at the office. We were covering a pay-per-view. I remember which one. We were hungry.
Yeah.
So we ordered pizza.
That's what we usually did.
We ordered food and have it delivered to the office. And so I get a thing on my phone saying it's there. And so I go open the door, and you could smell pizza in the hallway. So our office was in the second story, but there was a landing at the top of the stairs. And by our office, there was a little kind of enclave where there was a chair. I open the door, and you can distinctly smell pizza, and there's nobody else in the building.
It's like it was there.
Nobody else in the building. And I'm like, where the hell is this pizza? I got a thing saying it was here, so I go and I walk outside. Thinking, oh, maybe they left it outside or something. No pizza.
There's no pizza.
There's no pizza, no car, nobody. So I call, it wasn't DoorDash, it was one of the other food delivery services. And I call them up, and I was like, hey, I think the person who delivered our pizza took off with it. And I mean, thankfully they gave us a refund, but then we had to order food again. Had to wait an extra 40 minutes for the food to get.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was wild.
That was nuts. Let's see here. Samuel Raja says, how did you guys come up with the name Going in Raw? So that was Dan, and the way that worked was, so back when we were with Machinima, they were like having us do a bunch of collaborations with people. And like, well, they would set up the collaborations, but I think we only did like a small handful of them.
We might have did 2 at most.
Yeah. Did we do the Bat in the Sun one?
Mm-mm.
No, that fell through.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guitar guy fell through because his people were difficult to work with. And then Dan was like the one guy who like he was like, oh yes, let's do this. And so we did like a Zoom call first or a Skype call first to just sort of, get to know each other and
Talk out ideas. And
talk
stuff.
out ideas.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that even popped up in our conversation was pro wrestling. And we just started talking. It was like a good 45 minutes of just conversation. And I remember I said, this sounds like a wrestling podcast. And I said, we should do that. And then Dan said, yes, and we should call it Going In Raw. And I was like, great idea. Instead of being like, no, that's a sexual innuendo.
Yeah, from a marketing standpoint, it's a terrible name.
Because we were the original idea was, the original thing that we did was the day after pay-per-views, we would do the show, and it would be leading into Raw, which was like their main program. Like back then, SmackDown was a clip show, basically. Yeah. It was like very much a C show.
Pretty much a pay-per-view review / Raw preview type thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was.
Yeah. So that's how it was, and then we just kept it. And then, like, I don't know, I think it was after we got laid off, and then some, we were like, hey, Dan, we want to, because we would do it once a month. And then it was like, hey, we want to do this once a week. And he was like, okay, go ahead. I won't do that. And then it became, hey, Dan, we want to make this our life.
And he was like, all right, have that.
Fine, go ahead and do it. I don't want in on that.
He's a very busy man.
He's a very busy guy, yeah. So,
Curious Corduroy asked, what was the Bat and the Sun collaboration? It was just supposed to be some 10 for the win thing, and I don't remember what the bottleneck was in terms of making that happen.
I think it was just, most of the time it was just communication.
Yeah.
It was just like,
finding an idea that everybody was on board with.
Because probably just for him too, was probably like, I'm very busy.
Yeah.
And like, this is a cool idea and everything, but I'm very busy.
But it's being put upon me by Machinima.
Yeah, right. Thwacky Wacky says, what's your favorite Going in Raw merch? Were there any merch designs you were able to release? Yeah, there was. Snake Larson. Wouldn't let me put it out. Could have made $1 million on that. $1 million alone. But he wouldn't let me do it. I think Maggie, there was one person who ordered that. I legitimately felt awful about that.
There's three shirts in existence that I'm aware of.
You have one?
Yep.
Oh, you have one. Okay.
And Maggie has one.
And
then whoever ordered it, I don't remember who it was, but they said that, yes, I was the one that ordered it.
They offered to send it back too.
No, it's fine.
And I was like, no, it's all good. Pontus Olson says, what's your unpopular wrestling opinion?
I mean, historically, is that Bret Hart's overrated?
That's yours, not mine.
Even though you were more full-throated in that at Internet Darlings than I was.
Yeah, you gotta entertain the people, man. Gotta entertain the people. I think my unpopular wrestling opinion is... Here's my unpopular wrestling opinion. ECW's legacy is wildly larger and more important than the sum of ECW's parts. If you actually go back and try to watch ECW, like...
It's very uneven.
Watch any of the episodes, and it's just the most random bullshit.
Yeah.
But what they were doing as a show was so much more interesting than what, like, for example, I mentioned this on the show the other day, USWA used to do.
Yeah.
Or any of this territory, studio shows.
Yeah.
The energy of ECW was basically everything. It was everything.
It was like the energy and the ethos of ECW was everything.
But like actual ECW like rivalries and stories, it's kind of a bunch of bullshit. It's really not like...
There's a handful of ones that actually stand out as being good. Otherwise, it's just...
Yeah. Let's see here. All right. Well, I'm ready to go play basketball.
Yeah, let's go play some hoops.
All right. We're going to go play basketball. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for being around with us for the last 10 years or more if you're into us during 10 for the win.
It's wild.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with our Raw review. So,
yeah.
Static Grill says ending early. No, it's not early.
No, it's been
an hour.
An hour or so.
What do you guys expect?
I think it'd be a 12-hour stream. Or a 24-hour stream. No.
Static Grills, I miss Star Trek watch-alongs. When did we do that?
I did one for Star Trek The Motion Picture because it was punishment.
That is not punishment. That is
a good movie.
I would love to do that.
But then I had to watch that Steven Seagal movie, General Commander, and that was awful.
That sounds awesome also.
No, it was terrible.
All
terrible.
right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the last 10 years, the last nearly 15 years. Thank you.
Yep. We'll talk to you guys.